Good afternoon, everyone. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to everyone. I am Om Ha. I am Om Ha. I am Om Ha. Ah. And so it is. Thank you guys all for being here. I so appreciate you joining me. I have my 45D60 union read as well as the twin flame read. And again, this is a general read, so if something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit to your situation. If you want something more specific, my information's below as well as on my website, twinflames3344.com. I have my CD out there called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn, Stainthorpe, if you want to check it out. And I've been toying a little bit with making little Merkabas, so I don't know if I might make some and just post them, and if you want to buy one, you can. But anyway, that's one of the ones I just wrapped recently. Oh, it's not in front of you. I don't know if it's focusing in real clear, but anyway. So let's go on with the union here. I'm going to show you the picture of the union read here. So for those of you not familiar, it's a 4D on the bottom row, 5D and 6D. Divine Feminine on the left, Masculine on the right, the bridge between in the middle, the incoming Divine Feminine, the outgoing Divine Masculine, the underlying energies, and the closing energies here. And then the full read in front of you for the Twin Flames, and I guess I'll post the basic read from the SIRIAN Starseed deck. This is a 7-deck read, a lot of energy there. And again, for those of you not familiar, because I don't always say it, the different decks we have are the SIRIAN Starseed deck is the main deck. We have the Mini Rider-Waite, the Romance Angels, the Tarot of Sexual Magic. We have the Numerology deck. We have the Gilded Tarot, the Universal Golden Tarot, and then I pull Oracle cards at the end as well. Okay. Was there anything I missed? I don't think so. Okay, so the union read for the 45D60, the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. And this was very interesting. So we had the new moon yesterday at 3 o'clock, so we're in those new moon fresh energies. And today's the 12th. And so we have 16, 18, 12. Yesterday was the 21, so today is the 22. And that's the Fool energy of the open heart, taking a leap of faith. And it was interesting because just as I went to do the union read, it was the energy of going from the 11th to the 12th today, and then the time was 4:11 to 12 when I did the union read here. And 4 is the number I was talking about this morning in my shorter video about the mother, child, and the father. So we have the 4 of the Emperor, the 11 of Justice, the 12 of the Hangman, and the energies of the 21 of completion of the world, going into the 22 of the Fool, into a new cycle. And this union read started out with the underlying energy of the 6 of Cups, the children hugging each other. We were talking about affection today. Before I forget too, I want to tell you that there was a couple energies that were coming up around the harmonic egg was coming up, as well as epi-energetics. You might have seen that on the Goop, the chiropractor who does treatments without touching the body. Okay, that's the epi-energetics. So that was coming up, as well as vision restoration. So some physical healings that may be coming up in the near future. All right, so we had the underlying energy of the children hugging each other in the 6 of Cups. The central energy was the higher self. And then the final card was the abundance card of the Empress. So soulmates, inner and outer children, loving each other, hugging, the higher self, the loving mother coming up here. The southern exposure and the northern lights on the merry-go-round with abundance in sight. The higher self and mother both standing in the plasma ethers. The higher self carries the records, the mother, the weight of the divine masculine, and therefore the weight of the world. The incoming divine feminine here is the Four of Wands, the Hanging Man, and the Five of Cups. Union, and I was getting the home of two ones times two, which is the 1111. So the union or the home of two, or the 1111, the one of two, hanging out to see a new perspective on sadness felt, feeling loss and regret. The 4D here is the Four of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and Justice. The divine feminine thinking and meditating, perhaps on break, resting, or at the beach. The divine masculine breaking through justice, or justice in breaking through with balance, without using their eyes. Bridging by the Seven of Swords upright, passing downloads, shipping and receiving the red balloon. So, right, my red balloon was coming up, and then up and away, foul play, as two bucks are putting on the pressure for more output from him. It's a bind, or it's a bird, it's a plane, it's higher self. The 5D here is the Chariot, the higher self, and reflection. The divine feminine on the move, ascending quickly, the divine masculine hermiting on the back porch perhaps, with a bug zapper? I hope not. Bridging with the higher self, the bold movement and reflection, the charioteer and the old man of Cancer and Virgo with Pisces between them, bridging at the higher self. The 6D here is the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. The divine feminine at the helm at 0 point, in coloring my world, leaving on a jet plane, don't know when I'll be back again. The divine masculine with the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, community, the world, or the legacy, with red left in charge of the crystals, or charging them, in the garden of prayer. Bridging with the Queen of Cups, in the plasma ethers, with the higher self and mother. The divine feminine is coming up as resting, contemplating the waves, or thinking of traveling and lots of energetic exchange on the coast, or coasting in. The divine masculine is the blind justice and all-seeing man, the Libra and Virgo with dream fam. The bridge being the transfer, the trade, the divine masculine hermit in the 5D, passing to the divine feminine in the 4D, will still send messages even when they're anywhere in the world. That's the masculine talking to the feminine. The emerald magenta balloon, the heart and the higher self, the Queen of Cups or Pisces always in the water here. A fish out of water. And of course the fish came up in my earlier video today as well, regarding Jesus, but also the water energy of the water signs as well here. The outgoing divine masculine being the Two of Swords, the Starseed, and the Four of Pentacles, knowing and floating with big bomb dropped to crown the divine masculine's heart in the Batcave, waking up to abundance and the mother lode. So from this union read, we had the number 50 overall, which is the 10 of Cups, the ultimate emotional fulfillment. And we had on the horizontal pillars, the Queen of Wands, source energy, and the Page of Wands. The vertical pillars were the 10, 5, 12, 7, 10, 2, and 4, which are the wheel, the Hierophant, the Hanging Man, the Chariot, the wheel again, and then the High Priestess and the Emperor, or the Queen of Wands. The message coming up is the Queen of Wands sourcing the Page of Wands for her happiness, and that could be a mother and child or perhaps a younger partner. And then we have destined Hierophant hanging out, driving, destined with the High Priestess and the Emperor, or the Queen of Wands alone, happy family and emotional fulfillment here. So then we go into the twin flame read here. Okay, we cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck at 804, which is the dance of the 8, the inner and outer strength, and the manifestation of your dreams, the 4 of the union, the structure, the building, the stability, and chalices, so love, heart, and emotions came up, but also the ES energy, which is how you would spell S, which Sophia was very much the talk about today. Sophia, Maria energy, the mother energy. We have the final clarifications at 846, 46 being the 6 of Cups, the children in the garden, They were just hugging in the underlying energy of the union read. And the only major arcana that came up in this read were Abundance, which is the Empress, and Luna, which is also another mother, right? The Cancer energy of the mother. We had 5 wands in this read, a lot of wands, right? Passion, action, fired. We had 2 swords, 2 cups, and no pentacles in this read, in the main deck anyway. We had the King of Wands and the Page of Wands, which is interesting because we just talked about in the Union read the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. Here's the King and the Page of Wands. So we have the underlying energy. Before the read, the Page of Cups came up with the Wounded Warrior as well. And then the numbers. Whoa, a lot of double numbers in this read. We had double 2s, double 4s, double 6s, double 5s, triple 6s, double 7s, and double 9s in this read. All right, so triple 6s, which is all about that, 6 is the number of love, family, and community. And of course, the number 15 is the devil, which is a 6. That's part of it. And then we have the 22 of the Fool, the 44 of the grounding and integrating and mastering of love, the 55 of the truth, of Excalibur, and the 77 of the Sovereign, the 9 of Pentacles, the 99 of the compassion, the endings, and the collective consciousness, and the Hermit. So all of those energies, very powerful today. The only numbers that didn't come up, the number 10 wasn't here, but that's okay, because 1 through 9 is actually the complete cycle. The 8 did come up. The 1 and 3, in a lesser sense, outside of the main read. So all of the numbers were represented here in some fashion here. So 1 and 3 were less important today, as well as the number 8, but that was significant here too. So the code line had no numbers today and was just all about creativity. And the messages that came through here were the Christ energy, which came up from the read this morning as well. Christ to imagine, believe, and I was definitely getting John Lennon here. Christ to imagine, believe, to say poetry and see. If water and fire are the same as the fish, to take from the loyal creation of the Knight of the King of Wands. So the other energies that came up here is being bad to see, bad seeing the phantom or ghost without air. And without air, right, is like with no breathing, right? So bad to see the phantom or ghost without air, because if you're afraid, you gasp, right? The expanding and contracting of the 6 and or the lovers, the 1V or the 4, which came up from my earlier video also, of the Emperor, and the King of Wands. Maybe his name is Reed, or he's in a rush here. So Reed came up here again. Or to have 10 million people eat and create in gratitude, which is the word create, or creativity, with gratitude. The Christ blood sees the ghost without air or takes their breath away. So someone might see a ghost. Expanding the King of Wands, rushing to create. And then also perhaps a bad seize. Someone might have their things seized, or someone might have a seizure, which actually came up in the movie I watched last night. But a bad seize, or also a CZ was coming up. The CC, so CC might also be coming up, but also CC is the Christ consciousness, the collective consciousness, and the carbon copy, of course. To pay compensation, to come to terms with and face without indenture, and this is literally the definitions that came up here, creation of the King of Wands, or mastery of flames and strawberry fields forever. And then very much the Sophia energy coming up, as well as the Eve energy. So it's all in the mother line there of the Magdalene and all of those mothers that come up. So Isis came up today as well. So the Mary Magdalene, the Mother Mary, the Sophia, and the Eve, all of those energies coming up together. So the abundance is the first card here, which is the Empress and the underlying energies. Below her, okay, so that my underlying energies are over here. Let me clear that up for you. All right, so the underlying energies over here with the mini cards on top, and I go 5 cards down and 5 cards out from the end, but I have those extra cards over on the side for me, just the way I have my setup right now. So beneath the abundance is the 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, the 5 of Swords upright, the 3 of Pentacles upright, the Page of Cups reversed, and the 6 of Pentacles upright. the wounded warrior, at war or stretching and growing within, at the workplace, rejecting love or feeling rejected, or vulnerable and shy, or spoiled and entitled, sharing or settling out with the Empress upright or her abundance, delays with a move or visit or an ending to a marriage, drained, overexposed, kids, Leo, or pets, sick or out of control or dissatisfied, throwing up, purging, overwhelmed, or dumping the home, or the home got egged or pressure treated perhaps. And the home getting egged can reference to a new baby as well. So 921 is the Hermit and the World. Not expressing true feelings about moving, visiting, or not being in union, in need of sun and fun, perhaps drank too much and got sick. At night with Hierophant, religion, establishment, marriage, or Taurus, not present, or looking back at the Knight of Wands and the Hermit with light on reaping and daydreaming, but feeling broke or without a car or in a state of emergency and stuck. The constant gardener hanging lanterns on the precipice of something grand, but stuck or big creative block, or wondering if there's anything you can do to get your eyesight back. Not sleeping, purging, suffering in silence and stressed, broken, broke up, down, out or in or through, or with car issues and coming clean or cleaning up the act. With the Queen of Pentacles reversed or as the Queen of Pentacles reversed, perhaps an earth sign with Cancer in their chart, or someone's car was stolen here as well. True love comes up here, and beneath it, finances and career. Out in the cold with Olive Branch, fantasizing about flirting or casual sex and keeping her quiet about it, with Fallen Angel or Sagittarius reversed, dealing with strong arms. And that can be strong arming tactics as well, but strong arms, legs and feet, lots of joints, that's all you see. And that could be somebody getting high a lot too. So checking out cleavage, boobs and butt, and keeping them quiet, silenced about sex and or drinking that they did. Intuition and number 22, which is the Fool, and then abundance, which is the number 88. So here we have those two double digits again, the 22 and the 88. The dance of the masculine and feminine, both standing side by side within their own masculine and feminine, and the 22 of the Fool, and intuition with an open heart, taking a leap of faith. Uncomfortable, grounding and integrating, or perhaps an uncomfortable GI if you drank too much and threw up last night. And that could be a 24-hour bug as well. At 9:38, which is the Hermit and the Queen of Cups, working to align to end the war in downturn and present, to the ship that sailed and or got stuck, running out of options. The Queen of Wands broke up or without affection. Libra and Gemini both reversed here. Broke up with the Empress upright, or married for mother's abundance, or Queen of Wands broke up with the Empress, or mother and Empress are without a car, or feeling broke, or are broke, or broke down, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Sagittarius reversed, needing to use their intuition, which also could be two separate people or kids. At 9:41, which is the Hermit, and the Ace of Cups, which is self-love, spiritual love, and new love. So the most underlying energy in this read is the Sovereign upright and the Hanging Man reversed. She's all, and I was getting from Cake, she's all alone in her time of need, doing her thing alone, and he found a way out. The conflict with the Emperor and the wounded warrior, ending unhappiness to find peace, with the High Priestess reversed, the Death card upright, and the Seven of Cups upright. A secret passion with death and dark night, and ending or transition with synchronicities and taking a gamble. In the recent past is the Eight of Swords upright, the imprisonment, unaware, trapped in death, dark night, transition, to the wounded warrior and the Knight of Wands, impatient Sagittarius reversed, depressed, or perhaps someone could have schizophrenia here as well. Depression, bipolar, falling out of the nest. The Queen of Swords reversed with an epiphany about a breakup or lack of affection in a heated exchange. Delays, and the foundation being the Four of Wands reversed, the instability of the King of Swords upright, but burdened and stuck or resisting a block. The workplace withholding or magnet blocking, playing hardball, preparing for a new life, whether they like it or not, at 10:49, which is a turn for the better, and the Get Your Wish card of the Nine of Cups. So at 10:51, which is then the King of Swords, we have the central energy of the Five of Wands upright, causing a ruckus. And again, this is coming up with the download message I got the other day about the the black leopard in the tree pouncing and causing a ruckus to cause a distraction so that they can dart off. It's the same type of energy here. So the Five of Wands can be a conflict, a fight, causing a ruckus, or depressed and seeing things out in the cold and over it. The King of Wands is upright here, grounding and integrating an offer of love, but seeing no consolation therein, and challenged by the King of Wands shaman. The Queen of Wands is free to roam. The King of Wands frustrated on break in 5D Connect, or caring perhaps for an ill person, reaping rewards, wondering how to best help the Page of Pentacles, perhaps with their school or a work opportunity. The Queen of Wands lying or split suddenly, or demanding the truth and are kicking everyone out. No love, overwhelmed, or taking care of the kids and then taking care of each other. Losing patience and unstable. The Queen of Pentacles reversed, unhappy, and I just whistled with the Queen of Pentacles reversed. She may be unhappy and frustrated or unable to understand, withholding and or money issues and uncomfortable energies of letting go of Scroogey ways in order to fix things and or wake up. Now is the Seven of Swords reversed, no downloads, coming clean, awake at night, the World reversed, and the Empress reversed, overwhelmed in a breakup or loss of love, in negative self-talk of the Emperor upright. No surprise, the secret is out, with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, dysfunction or loss, and the Queen of Swords reversed, leading the way, standing up for themselves. The fantasy is over. The Knight of Pentacles reversed is stuck with unhappy family or a lack of emotional fulfillment for sure here, or an emotional cycle that's way overdue. So the Hierophant's losing it. The Page of Wands inspired to look back at the upside down world, not working out, trying to close the distance gap, on the fence, not knowing which way to turn, putting it out there. The King of Pentacles reversed, dropping the ball, or breaking out of an establishment or institution, or the Hierophant and Empress, or could be breaking away from management. So the Six of Wands then comes up as what's coming up soon, leading the way to be free in the pursuit of happiness, with a twist of fate and or poor judgment, sharing, settling up or settling out, letting go to fix and mend, with the justice system perhaps, or a divorce or Libra energy here, dropping the act and settling out or helping out, equal share. The twin flames seeing themselves here is the Page of Wands upright, but the Sekhmet energy here is on the Page of Wands here, which is the fiery feminine, and holding their tongue now that the worst is over. It also can be the energy of, still wearing the mask. Now the worst is over and facing their worst fears, the Knight of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, unhappy kids, and offering them a choice to come together and heal, or what? So someone saying, you're threatening me? So around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Luna or the Moon upright. Someone may be working nights or insecure without their tools, or not feeling like they have the emotional tools to deal with the situation, or fixing the table, the Hermit holding the light for them, weak in a breakup, or alone without affection. Cancer and Virgo upright, and Gemini and Virgo reversed, and Leo reversed. The block here for the twins being the Two of Cups upright, connecting the Queen of Cups reversed and the Sovereign reversed with the King of Cups who's upright here. So there could be the Sovereign reversed, or a dependent person between the King and Queen of Cups, having trouble, or maybe someone's worried that will happen, that the Sovereign energy, or perhaps a grown child, will get between the King and Queen of Cups, where the Queen is reversed and the King is upright. Having trouble connecting with daughters or partner and or sister perhaps. And creativity comes up here, but I'm getting gratuity as well. And new beginnings come up here even more so, along with happy endings. Reunion and harsh split, and a need for the truth and the stairway to heaven, with the Two of Cups and Six of Cups, and peace, which is a beautiful combination. Putting it out there in an uncomfortable place, letting go to awaken, seeing synchronicities and finding peace, with the King of Pentacles reversed, perhaps breaking patterns of the Hierophant, and Empress, perhaps traditions or commitments at 1121, which is justice and the world. And then 1126, 26 is the Page of Wands again, the way the twins are seeing themselves, overwhelmed, purging, sweating it out now, looking up at the stars, the suffering and silence, or the sister with a twin, and temptation waving to sin. The wounded warrior at war, facing their worst fears, the workplace vulnerable and able to be charitable, with the Empress unstable and the Page of Wands inspired at night, but perhaps with their mask on, trapped and conflicted, and challenged by the King of Wands shaman, leading the way to connection, passing downloads and taking the stairway to heaven, with peace and purging being an island unto themselves, and the suffering silence or dealing with their sister, along with the twin flame and the choice of path. The Empress imprisoned in a breakup or loss of love, moving in pursuit of happiness and challenged by the King of Wands and taking a risk. The Page of Wands with good news at night, together, and doing better on the way to peace at 1136, which is justice, and then the 36 of the Atlas energy, the weight of the world upon your shoulders. So learning to handle what's been dealt, the cards they've been dealt right now, right? That it won't go on forever. So now we got to pull you some oracle cards, and I got to roll the dice for you. All right, for the twin flames, what comes up with the die today? Okay, we have Taurus, the moon, and the number 9. Okay, so here we have the number 9, and the moon, and then Taurus, which I'm going to put up here because I will forget by the end of the video, by the end of the reads. Okay, and Taurus. Okay, so Taurus and the moon, we have Taurus and Cancer then, and the 9 of the Hermit. So the Virgo could be coming up as well. And I'm sweating like crazy right now. There's a lot of masculine energy coming in. So let's see what the spirit animals have to say for you. The elephant came up with my earlier read in a really lovely way. And I forgot, when I was young, my brother used to tease me, calling me the elephant. He used to put his arm up like the elephant's trunk and call, that's my mating call, he would say. But now I see it as a very big compliment. So it's all in the perspective, you see. Of course, I didn't like that as a child. All right, so let's see what comes up here. All right, for the twin flames, what is the takeaway from the spirit animal deck? Okay, again, the star came up. That came up yesterday, I think it was Scorpio's reading. But again, there's that superficialness of the beautiful star, right? And I'll read you that one. And then these two are coming up together. Okay, we have the sea serpent and the fox. Okay, and the fox is very, very wise there. They're very calculating. But they're in a very friendly energy here. And then we have the hawk at the bottom. Let's see what's behind the hawk. Oh, the cosmic egg. That's the end of the deck. That's very powerful. So 2 spirit cards came up, very significant. And then in the underlying energy, though, so this is going away, along with the hawk going away. And again, the hawk's coming up with the depiction here. It's very much radiating their energy. You see all their energy radiating out. I mean, there is the lower chakra colors going on here, but he's also in flight. So let's see. That's the underlying energies. And then the star came up. After that can represent the message of a bird took flight. So the underlying energy is that maybe a female left the situation or left the scene. And then we have the star, and then the sea serpent and the fox along with them. And that can be the third eye as well, right? The all-seeing eye. But you see, it's not quite joined here at the end. It's not quite closed. There's a message here about the completion of the cycle. It's there. It's just a matter of, closing the gate. And that they're probably talking about Lion's Gate there with August 8th. Okay. But we also have Sam the Illusionist had said 5/26 was coming up as a significant date. And then 11/11 was major this year. So listen to his videos if you want. Okay. So here we have those 3. So we're definitely going to read the star for you. I might read all 3 just because the sea serpent's a spirit card. So I have to read that one to you. So you have the star, which is the water. All right, Starfish says, beautiful, alluring, superficial, and shallow. And like I said, it just came up for, I think it was Scorpio yesterday. The starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. When this card appears, it's important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams have I put aside to please others? So when you're in balance, uplifting, artistic, and expressive, but when out of balance, they gossip and feel empty. So if you catch yourself in that energy, to bring back into balance here is positive friends. So again, looking towards, maybe you've been hanging out with certain friends that maybe aren't necessarily good for you. So find a different friend or a more positive friend to hang out with if you're getting into that gossipy, feeling empty feeling. And not like the empty vessel container. That's a good feeling, allowing spirit to flow through you. And then we have the sea serpent. And that's healing emotional wounds and expressing desires. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression, whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire. The sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us. In gesture of protection, she supports us as we learn to express our true natures. Okay? So this is the second chakra, which was interesting too, because in the video earlier, the goldfish came up, which is actually orange. And of course, orange is the second chakra. The subtle energy of the sea serpent occupies the area of the Svadhisthana chakra. May not be saying that correctly, but that's okay. Located deep within the pelvic bowl, the chakra is known as our center of creativity and desire and is associated with the water element. It translates as in her own abode, indicating this chakra is the home of the Divine Mother or Kundalini herself. Okay, and then we have the fox, which of course is earth. And as I just opened up to the snake, which is a very similar picture to the sea serpent that just came up. It's right after the fox, by the way. So the fox is smart, strong partner or mate, and wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations, and they are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us, and when this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. So reconnect to the ones you love, like family and partners and kids and all that kind of stuff, friends. So when you're in balance, magical, ingenious teacher, and monogamous. When you're out of balance, you may be sneaky or unsure of your identity. And bringing yourself back into balance is partnership and connection for the fox. So the star was positive friends, and the fox is partnership or connection. So it definitely looks like two people are thinking about coming together in order to finish the connection here, right? So the one who needs positive friends and the one who needs partnership and needing to close the gap right here. There's just a little ways to go. It's very simple to close this gap right here. So that's the message coming up from there for you. So let's go to the journey of love. And what comes up from the journey of love for us today? Okay, we have two cards that came up there, and then a third. All right, and then the fourth is the underlying energy. The 36, again, of the Atlas energy, the weight of the world, the 10 of Wands, the cosmic butterfly of the mother, very much of the butterfly and transformation in the mother, the sexuality of the mother, and then the pearl thread is beneath that, which is the Queen of Cups. All right, so the Queen of Cups and connecting the pearl, which is what bacteria creates, the hard things you've been through, create this beautiful pearl, which then allows you to attach yourself to others, something you have in common with others. The 38 of the Queen of Cups and the mother energy of the Atlas and the cosmic butterfly, the transformation. And these two came out together, the 32 of the journey and devoted to the small. We talked about the flower earlier today as well, and the mother and child. And then the 27 of the Ace of Wands, the ethereal touch, that everything being, very light as a feather in the etheric realms. Okay, and also children, they're light as a feather, very sweet and light, literally light. So the ethereal touch and devotion to the small, that big passion on the journey here of creating something new, brand new. How much fun is that? So I'm going to show you the third card before I read for you, but the heart fire comes up as the third, which is like the ignition energy of the red, the one, the magician, igniting the heart fires. And there's that Christ energy in the middle, like holding the space for the Christ unity consciousness. The lightness comes through in the passion of the rose and the fire here. So let's see what that says here. We have the 32 of the journey. And this one's right after the Christ flame. Devotion to the small. She bows. She honors growth. She sees that within the smallest flower there's the teaching of the earth, the gospel of Gaia, the mystery of life demonstrated. She recognizes that she too is of nature, subject to the mysteries of growth and life. That in honoring nature and taking pleasure in life, she opens her heart to allow great creation to happen through her. This is the feminine wisdom, alive in men and women with open hearts. There is an innate wisdom within you that understands this devotion to the Earth Mother as an important step in fulfilling your spiritual destiny on this planet. She's speaking to you now, letting you know that there's a small change happening, something that's growing within you that you may recognize but not think that's so important, yet she tells you now that it is very significant. Soon you will see that what you thought was a seed, which came up in my read earlier this morning, a seed to yield a single flower, is actually blossoming into a lush garden of manifestation. Gratitude and love for the small changes happening are leading you into fullness that you can only dream of, so enjoy. The message of this oracle for you is that your blossoming is occurring now, and the Earth Mother has gratitude for your presence within her being, for the work that you are doing to help other human beings. She asks for you to surrender any concern you have to her, to let her creative power continue to gently guide you into your rightful place in the world, that you may shine as you were born to do in service to the evolution of this planet. She is helping you, Trust her. A flower is a poem that tells you the truth of a thought, in the fragrance of a dream, as fleeting as a heartbeat, as lasting as a memory. And the next page is God Speaks. So that was the signature there. And then let's read Ethereal Touch too. Okay, so Ethereal Touch says, Spirit's present in your very touch at this time, and you're having an impact on the world around you, particularly your close relationships, in ways that are far more profound than may be immediately obvious. The touch of your soul is ethereal, spiritual, and light and sound. It moves the heart and opens pathways of possibility through love, faith, and trust that would otherwise be impossible to access. Trust in the presence of the divine in your touch, physical and spiritual. Your healing presence is making waves of love rise and stir in the world, and the divine lives and breathes through you, beloved. Remember that through the sacred temple of your body gifts you with hands through which to hold and give. It is the soul within the flesh that renders touch a sacred healing. This oracle guides you to accept and embrace your healing abilities, and to trust that you can feel your way through life by opening your hands to receive and take hold of the opportunities that are presented to you. You are meant to touch the world with your spirit. In a world of no coincidences and no mistakes, you were heaven sent. I thank God for the opportunity to know you and experience your kindness, your generosity, and most of all, our love. How long I have waited to open my heart, to bare my soul, to let my power comfort and my arms hold, to let my wisdom counsel and my love awaken. While this is only the beginning, when I look in your eyes, I know. And then we're going to go to Heart Fire, number 1. And then I'm going to go Okay, heart fire. Passion is igniting within you. It is not a time when things will remain still, even if the change is only sensed as a subtle stirring underneath the surface of things. Even if slow at first, passion will unfold from within your heart, soon to be burning bright like a sun unrestrained. You are learning how to ride the waves of passion, through eruptions of heat and descent into coolness, bearing the absence of fire only to release it to returning to you again. Ride its waves, knowing that passionate bliss will always return to a heart that is on fire with love for life. The coolness allows us to experience the heat. Once you realize that the fire emerging from within you will ebb and flow, then you will trust in its presence. You will realize that whether your passionate fire is obvious, drawing you into life, or dwelling quietly within, gaining power from the deepest sources of your being, soon to rise once more, it is a constant in your heart. Accept the fire of your heart and know that this is how you are meant to be, on fire with love for all that is. This oracle brings you a message. Trust the passion and fire of your heart to guide your decisions now. What would make you feel most alive? Choose that. If you're feeling a lack of genuine passion in your life, take comfort that it's awakening in your own heart now, bringing something that's been long in rest back to life. Life unfolds in wondrous ways, and time together fills the days, with unexpected gifts beyond our wildest dreams, like open hearts as feelings start to face the longing when we part. Our souls know this is more than what it seems. In gratitude I offer prayer, with thanks for this love so rare, asking guidance on this sweet sojourn. The answers come in tears that flow, emotions raw and smiles that show. Becoming one is worth the wait until I can return. A reminder to drink your water and get your rest, get your joy in your nature, be good to yourselves, and rise and be loved. Bye.